Hi, Brad Ward here, Ward's Auctions. It is pulling up on our, actually only our second auction of the year. We had a big interruption with the mill arm liquidation. This sale is fantastic. I hope you got a drink or a coffee ready because I think it's going to be the longest video we've ever made for a sale, and I just don't see a way of making it any shorter. One of the first consignments that came in for the sale was it's an estate and it's a closeout. It's Roundhouse Hobby Store in Edmonton, was in Edmonton, and there was a huge, they've been around forever, 40 or 50 years, so they had inventory going back. Lots of trains. Now the trains for the most part they're few, the actual trains, but the materials to make and do your hobby, everything from the balsa to the fittings to 1 million Dremel attachments is all in the sale. And you're going to see that as we walk along through. We're going to get rolling over there and give you all the details. So as I mentioned, there's going to be a lot of lots in here that are going to be Roundhouse specific, and I'm going to be hammering on that a little bit as we go along with a bunch of other stuff. But let's get to the details. The auction itself is Sunday, March 25th, starting at 11 o'clock in the morning, and Monday, March 26th, starting at 6 o'clock in the evening. A bit of a lisp there. We'll open at 4 o'clock on the Monday for those that don't get to preview, but ideally you want to come on the Friday the 23rd. That's 4 o'clock till 8 o'clock for the preview, because you get to really see everything, take your time, visit. There's going to be so much to look through, because as an example, lots of non-hobby stuff too, but what if you're a hobbyer? You need to go through these boxes, because this is going to be a lot, $3.99, and look at how many decals for the hobbyists that are going to be in one lot. You're just never going to have an opportunity to do that again, and it goes on and on and on. I'll just sort of walk through slowly. Each of these is going to be a box full at a time, and when you consider that, you know, the lesser value retail-wise is $7 and $8, and some of them are $15, and you're getting, you know, 70 in one lot. Lots of value there. So you're definitely going to want to pay close attention. You're going to need lots of time to go through all these boxes, and this is just tip of the iceberg. We've got stuff in every corner of the building, as you'll see as we go along, at fittings and so on, all in their retail packaging. Again, you'll never have an opportunity to do that again. Also, we had in this sale a collection of primitive and upper Canadian furniture and accessories that you'll, again, never get an opportunity to find in one sale, or not likely to, including this dry sink. And the list is going to go on and on as we go along. And so they stick out like a sore thumb. You can't help but see it. As the camera is going to scan by it, you're going to see Welsh dresser here. Lots of tall pieces. A little unusual to have this many tall pieces, so I hope we got some people with some open walls in their houses. And look at this one. This is hand carved. This is not press work or so on. Sculpted beveled mirror. Very nice. A couple of wardrobes that are of extra note. Curved glass doors. This is all inlaid. It'll be hard to see on the camera, but once you come, again, in person, you're going to get it. And it's also got a curved matching cupboard in the base unit. Big, huge beveled mirror on that one. Hobby model, paints. Nifty washing machine. You're on the wrong side of it on this camera here, but it's Simplicity. 234. Virtually brand new. You need to have a look at that. On the catalog, of course, there's going to be pictures of that, so you can have a peek. See, look at more hobby stuff. More paints, books, cars themselves, primitives. Little piano here. I want to really show you this wardrobe that's in this back corner, because it's 3-section. Now it is big, as you can see, but it all comes apart so you can get it moved. But each cupboard has its own unique features. This is the most open one, virtually wide open, and it pulls out. Nice added feature. You know, you see that very few times on a wardrobe. So you can actually get at your clothes. The center one, now if you're putting it in your house, you're going to spend a little bit more care to get it all leveled out and tweaked. Look at how fitted this one is. Drawers in the bottom, and then you pull out, not drawers so much as shelves, to get at your sweaters and your shoes and whatever else you want in there. And then the other side, unique into itself as well, because you've got one shelf at the bottom. Not so much a drawer, because it's just a shelf, but when you open it, you expose the big cupboard at the bottom, as you can see is that height, which we've called a hat box. You know, I'm pretty sure that's what it would be, but it could be something else. And again, that one pulls out so it's easy to get at your clothes. You can't see it on camera now, but this is a commercial grade table saw, big DeWalt table saw. Again, the lot number 529. I just point that out so you can look it up easier on the catalog. There's also a lot of tools in the sale. Now, that's a woodworking tool, of course, the DeWalt, but a huge selection of mechanics tools, and these are all mostly in boxes. I mean, take a look at what we got: Mac tools, Snap-on tools. So have a good look through your catalog on that. Air tools and so on, because there's some great product in there. You just can't, you don't want to discount that for sure. Primitives we talked about. Look at this cupboard. Now, I don't know if it was originally a window or if it was originally a cabinet. I personally think it was originally a cabinet, but what a nice look to it. Wall-mounted piece. You open up the little window, and all of those panes of glass are original, so there's all the defects in it and wobbles and you name it. We can't get into there, but there's a really neat suitcase, leather suitcases, 588. So again, look at your catalog. Look at this settle. It's 4 feet wide. When do you see another one like that? It's just second to none. It's got the right patina. It's got everything going for it. Another tall sideboard. This is influenced by every designer that ever made furniture. You know, everything including Art Nouveau, Sheraton inlay, Tudor hardware and triangular lines, mission style squares. You know, it's like everybody, all the brothers got together and designed a certain, one part of that one. So that's very neat. And behind here, it's hard to see, but this one here, you'll have to have a look at. 587. It's a periscope. Like, that's just the neatest thing ever. You can stay in the trenches and still see out. Just a great decorator piece. Open shelf here, Victorian. So all that Upper Canadian stuff that we have in the sale is, that's one style for one type of person. But then you also got all this beautiful Victorian style furniture. Original finish, mahogany. Original pulls, looks like all over. A little bit of distressing. Some of the little pieces that are distressed are actually in there. Piles of hobby horses and stuff like that in the sale. I don't think I pointed one out yet, but we're going to probably come across a couple of them. Original finish break front, Art Deco tableware, original finish barley twist 3-piece nesting tables. This is a nesting table, and then you've actually got the coffee and end tables. I don't know if it's all one lot, but it's all obviously from the same consignor. And original finish. Great brass and slag glass lamp. 2 coal hods. There's one right here. When do you see those? I think they both have their original liners inside. So you got 2 of them with original finish like that. And again, doesn't happen very often. The Mission coffee and end tables are new. They're not antique, but you very seldom find, in fact, I can't even remember if I've ever sold a set coffee and end tables of antique Mission style. So you kind of need to, including in my own home. I have a modern set, and works very well, obviously. Retail boxes there. The Putnam Dies is that one. That's a metal box. This one here is a starch box. The lid's a bit curved, so we put this little metal piece there so you don't try to close it because you will break the top. But so a little bit of either just live with it the way it is or do some sort of finesse to fix it. I'm not sure if I owned it which direction I would go, but I don't think it matters a whole lot. Tilt top table, there's actually a couple of them in the sale, but look at the size of that one. That's huge. You can get a lot of people around that table. I don't think I've ever seen one with a tilt top quite that big. Into here, I got to show you this corner. These are again a couple of Upper Canadian or Quebec pine possibly. Look at the size of this thing. I don't know how wide that is. It'll be in your catalog, I think. Lot number 151. It's huge. It's gorgeous. This is a corner cabinet. Cupboards in the bottom. All the matching turning latches. Now all of these panels are original as well. They all have their ripples and defects. Now this panel and that panel are cracked, but whole. I would leave them. Personally, if it were me, I would leave them because they just add so much character to the piece. And when do you get an opportunity to buy a piece like that? And look at the patina on this one here. Again, fantastic. Is it a pie cupboard? I would say it's a pie cupboard. That's probably what we cataloged it as. It became our go-to answer. Some nice Persian rugs in the sale. Another wardrobe. In here, this is all going to be one lot, 292. A little difficult to show you in pictures on the website just because of they're difficult to get at and so on, but this is all different colored stained glass inside here, and inside here again for your crafts. Now they didn't come in from Roundhouse, they got nothing to do with that. It's another crafting, but significant crafting. We're not talking about coloring books here, we're talking about significant adult style crafting that warrant you. When do you get an opportunity to get that sort of stuff? That's, this cabinet we sort of already saw. Not all of it necessarily, but train stuff in there, and the Victorian tea box. This is a brand new Mac Pro, still in the box, computer. Now it's actually a couple of years old. I forget which model. It's in your catalog as well, blah, blah, 363, like a broken record. So it's a couple of years old, but for some reason never got opened. So there's an opportunity to buy a brand new, but not current model of unit. Kind of interesting. Some Royal Dalton figurines in here. This, I'm not positive, is that Swarovski? Yeah, it's a Swarovski. It's obviously a Harlequin of sorts. There's cranberry glass. There is there's a duck decoy in here, a wooden one. We're going to see some other ones close up as we go around. Now in front of us here, a little hard to get at. Look at the hobby horse here. This is original leather on here, sort of a metal mane, if you will. Very, very interesting. This one here is on wheels. This one might not be as old, I'm not sure. It's clearly the original saddle, I would think, on that one there. This one here, this saddle doesn't go on here. This is an actual child-sized saddle on this one here, and a couple of saddlebags and some spurs. And then there's the hobby horse as well. That's two different lots, but again, very, very nice. Mission-style dining table in front here with the four chairs. Another Victorian piece, or Victorian style, very close to Victorian anyhow. Another coal hod. That's original finish for sure it is. This is the crank for the table here. Display cabinets. A couple of wagon wheels. Spinning wheels in the sale. We passed one there, walking wheel earlier. We normally don't come into here with our videos, but today we have to. Partly because, look at the eyeglass, the optometrist sign above us. There was another one over by the carpets that we may or may not have seen on camera, I don't know. But very interesting piece. Very old. Now this one has obviously been repainted, but very worth having. And it is double-sided. I'm seeing eyes on this side as well, so very interesting piece. Now inside here, this is all Roundhouse product as well. So this whole retail rack with all this inventory is all one lot. Brass tubing, aluminum tubing, solid bar, etc. All this brand new retail product being sold as, larger lots. Balsa wood and probably things like Sitka spruce and so on being sold in larger lots, because it's the only way we can do it. It's the only way we can liquidate an inventory like that. You can't piece it out. You'd be there forever. Another 50 years. It can't be done. So stuff in here. I'm going to sneak by this way off camera and wait for you guys to show up again. Look at this cauldron. Big brass copper cauldron. Sideboard underneath it. I mean, this came in with all the primitive pieces, if you will, or the Upper Canadian. Again, where do you get the opportunity? Somebody's collected that over a long period of time, and then you get to buy it all. You get free reign of the collection all on one day. Again, Roundhouse in here. Lots of, there's a box lot of, it's one lot. Everything on this top shelf, one lot. Here's a whole bunch of Roco line track. It's still in the retail packaging, so if you're a reseller, look at the inventory you got here. Piles and piles of it. That's mostly Roco, and then there's this Markland. I happened to notice earlier, this one package is $84 is retail on it. The retail value, 43 on this one. So you can imagine how much that adds up to. So you're going to really want, this is what I say, you got to come on the Friday. Not just if you're a train guy, but that's how you see the real meat and potatoes of what's in a sale. Roundhouse over here. Big. Sometimes it's one box, sometimes it's two boxes. It's fairly well described as you go through, so it's easy to see. So pay close attention. The stove that's on camera now, what an interesting piece that one is. There's a couple of panels missing off the back, but for the most part you're going to use it for decoration, and that side is going to be against the wall, so I don't think it's going to be a big problem. Another larger wardrobe. I don't know when I last had that many wardrobes in a sale. Years ago, as far as I can remember. This is one of my favorite pieces in the sale. This is lot 469. Again, the patina is wonderful. I'm not going to say it's original patina, but they accented the original if somebody did do work on it. But the hinges are very interesting hinges. Somebody's, hand forged those, and all four of them are there and function very smoothly. And along the top banding, you can see that that's clearly just square nails that they used, clunk, clunk, clunk with a hammer to decorate that. Very primitive and very effective. There's nothing, you just can't fault that in any way. Some more train stuff here. I don't want to get into detail because I didn't sort of look into it before I started rambling on the video, so I don't want to start making too many mistakes. But it's well cataloged on the website. More of the duck decoys, they came in from the collector of the primitives. This one here is specifically designed to be the nose dipping into the water. This one here, very, very old, hand done. It's got the old weight in the bottom. For some reason, no, I'm not going to profess to have that documented, but the owner does have that. It says paid $3,700 and more now. $3,700 is what she allegedly paid for it. So I didn't see a signature on that. You collectors are going to be able to identify better than us. So some silver, sterling silver, and some silver plate inside there. Neat little boxed set there. A sterling cigarette box. These are not sterling. These are actually stainless, but they're both the same set. But neat looking retro cabinet. In fact, this one is Bakelite. Like, how cool is that? A Bakelite cabinet. That's wonderful. Mountain climbing pick or axe or whatever they call that there. Very, very cool again. Came from the same house as the Periscope. Didn't get any real details on it. Would have been neat to have some details. We're going to be going on all the way into the other warehouse too. So like I said, I hope you made yourself comfortable. There's all kinds of jewelry inside here. Some of it costume, some sterling, some Sherman, lighters and so on down there. And then up on the cabinet here, Jane has put out for me to show you as an example 9-carat lavalier with the tourmalines on there. That's 9-carat. Again, when do you see them? Seed pearls, you have to come to the sales to see them. That's the only way you can get it. Some vintage pieces, a Burke's watch with a replacement brand new strap. I don't know if it's a vintage brand new strap or a newer one. A 19-carat pin. Another one with seed pearls here. That's an antique piece there. The setback here is fortunately not attached. The engagement ring is actually a $17,000 appraisal, and it's in platinum. And so you're going to want to have a look at the appraisal online for that one. And then the wedding band is $9,600. So between the two of them, you got quite a value there. And they are going to be sold as two different lots. And again, in here, antique piece, the pearl and necklace, the pearl and diamond necklace in there. Those are mine cut diamonds, and it appraises at $1,800. So have a good look. Again, at the website. And then there's costume jewelry, bags of costume jewelry, and so on. The photograph at the back wall, very neat. As you can see, it's very large. And it's got a log trestle. You got a steam engine pushing and pulling. And then a bunch of guys sitting up on the logs going along. Not sure that would pass code from the work standards today. Lots of stuff inside the tables rooms here. Hobby Vice, again, it goes back into the Roundhouse product. Primitives, look at the neat box itself. And then all of the bullet molds, the molds, butter molds, and presses and jelly molds and so on. Again, somebody's spent a lifetime collecting this stuff, and you get to come along in one day and have your pick of it without putting any of the real heavy lifting in, which is, good for you. That's the way it works. Neat bed warmer, some interesting crockery. The boxes here are great, even regardless of the content. Again, just goes on and on and on. More primitives there. We're going to get into the tools in a minute. This is neat. This is actually a supercharger off a race car. Lot number 263. Fella brought in a couple of racing pictures and limited edition stuff, and this was obviously a presentation piece, and so have a look at the website for that one. There's Fire King there. More primitives, more tools, boxed brand new tools, more hobby pieces, neat little anvil, neat little vise, hobby-size vise. This is all my kind of stuff. This is exciting stuff. Nice copper, you know, or vintage proper, you know, not just another rocking horse or whatever. Another hobby horse. There's quite a few toy guns in the sale. I didn't point any out, but I know we will have walked past some. Cupid dolls, good vintage Cupid dolls. This dough bowl, 308, and the few things inside, has got all the patina and grain. You know, again, there's dough bowls and then there's dough bowls, and that one is a dough bowl. We'll skip that aisle down there, but again, there's more hobby pieces. There's more copper, vintage frames, and so on. Into the warehouse we're going to go. Electric lawnmower, virtually brand new. There's a tire machine here if you want to do your own winter tires, and it works. We tried it. And there's a wheel alignment rack. It's actually a usable piece. Now, by today's standards, you're not going to use it because it's got a, you know, kind of a convoluted process, and the new technologies are far ahead of that. But I think, and it's snap-on, and you could illuminate this top part. If you had a shop, that would be a great piece to hang on the wall. Just use those pieces. You don't need the carts and whatever. Just use those to hang on the wall, clean it all up real nice, and it's just a neat display. The bead blaster obviously is quite newer. Snap-on piece there. There's 5 or 6 cabinets that match this one. We only have room for one in the building. The other ones will be sold as well on choice, one after another. And they came out of Roundhouse, so they're very usable for somebody who's doing resale. Inside it is a whole whack of performance product, brand new performance product for $460, I think, and it's all going to be sold as one lot. Drill presses, vintage Delco cabinets. Some of them are actually filled with retail product, or auto parts and so on. This one here is actually a headline aligner. There's rolling boxes, tool boxes. There's a welder. The list kind of goes on and on. Parts bins, more Delco boxes here. The hone system here, this goes with this. So for your bearing hones and so on. There is a lot of resource books going to be sold as one pallet. And this big pallet of shelving is 240 approximately shelves, all going to be one lot. So there's going to be lots of it. It's the same as the stuff that's out in the sales room that we have most of the Roundhouse stuff on. And this is, we can't set it all up, obviously. So we're selling that as one lot. I think there's 13 assembled lots. And then there's this big pallet full. So I think that kind of gives you a good overview. Again, just to rehash, I'm going to look at my notes here. The sale itself is Sunday, March 25th, 2018, starting 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll open at 10. It's not enough time to really properly view, so you really want to come on the Friday. But on Monday, we open at 4 o'clock again, start selling at 6. We will go to lot 350 on the first day, and then 351 and up on the second day. Preview is on Friday the 23rd from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. That's the best time to come so you can really have a good look. wardsauctions.com is where you're going to find all of the image galleries, links to online bidding and whatever. Online bidding, by the time you're seeing this, is already active. In fact, it was active 24 hours ago. The address is 11802 145th Street, Edmonton, Alberta. And the phone number is 780-451-4549. My name is Brad Ward. I certainly appreciate you watching, and I more appreciate you coming to the sale. Thanks.